Hi, Margaret and Stacy. Welcome to Back to School Night, and welcome to my presentation on AP Java. So for the last 2 years, your children have been taking computer science classes, and now they're taking the AP Java, which I am very happy about. But why are they taking computer science? Well, Steve Jobs says everybody in this country should learn how to program a computer because it teaches you how to think. In AP Java, we do a lot of thinking. Okay, but maybe your child's taking computer science because of this. They just like it a lot. It's rated the top 3 in high school students that students like a lot. Or maybe they're taking it because as a computer science major, they can earn 40% more than the college average. That's always a plus. Okay, and last year it did show that 43,000 computer science students graduated into the workforce, and there were over 500,000 current openings. So plenty of room for computer science majors. This just gives you some statistics about New Jersey and what the average salary is, and how many job positions were available. You know, we have to exclude COVID right now, but for then, it was very good. Okay, but words of encouragement from from computer science people that you know. Start and keep going. That's what they're saying. So this is basically where they started it, and then some thoughts later as to why to keep on going. Okay, Bill Gates said, I was 13 when I first got access to a computer. I wrote a program that played tic-tac-toe. We're actually doing that in AP Java when we learn two-dimensional arrays. It's going to be fun. Jack Dorsey said, my parents bought me a Macintosh in '84 when I was 8 years old. Some of your children probably had computers even before the age of 8. Ruchi Sangvi, freshman year, first semester. That's when she was introduced to computer science. Imagine your children now already taking AP. It's like they're taking 2 semesters of computer science and not even in college yet. So they're way ahead of the game. Drew Houston, I think it was pretty humble beginnings. I think the first program I wrote asked things like, what's your favorite color? Or how old are you? That's pretty much what we do in Python, all right, which is programming 1. Gabe Newell said, the first time I actually had something come up and say hello world, and I made a computer do that. It was just astonishing. And that's how your children started too in C++ with printing hello world. Mark Zuckerberg said learning how to program didn't start off as wanting to learn as all of computer science, but he did it because he wanted to have fun. It was fun, and he wanted something fun for his sisters as well. So here are some thoughts that are shared, and I hope someday your children will be sharing thoughts with me too. Drew, back with Drew. He said, it's really not unlike kind of playing an instrument or something, or playing a sport. It's not unlike it. It's like it. All right. You have to practice it. You have to work on it, but you also have to enjoy it. And I hope that's what my AP Java students are doing. Chris Bosch said, coding is something that can be learned and it can be intimidating. So right now it is a little difficult, but we're working through it, some of the coding with arrays, but they'll be fine. Your children will be fine. All right. He was in a group called the Whiz Kids in high school, Chris Bosch, and people made fun of him, but he said he didn't care. He thought it was cool, and I'm learning a lot. And of course, some of his friends have great jobs. Hadi, who created code.org. Computer programming is an incredibly empowering skill to learn. So even if your child does not go into computer science, it still transfers over to many disciplines. But this is my favorite thought from will.i.am. Great coders are today's rock stars. That's it. Okay, thanks, Will. All right, but this is where I started. I took one course in college. It was required as a math major, and I loved it. All right, when I started here at Rutherford High School, I taught BASIC, and I've moved on to C++, Java, and now I'm learning Python and teaching Python. Okay, but what about the AP Java class? The environment that we use is BlueJ, which some students weren't able to download. That's okay. We have something called Replit. It's a website that also allows for C++, Python, etc., and even Java. So they can work through that at home on their Chromebooks. These are the 2 books that I like to work with for more practice with multiple choice questions and free response. The Barron's should be at home for them, the students that are virtual. Otherwise, it's in the school building. And the DNS book, which is more practice, is also in the building, in my room. AP plus Comp Sci also has great resources for me. The school has bought that, and there are many labs, worksheets, quizzes, tests that I can use throughout the year. AP Classroom is the most important resource. All right, there are videos, there are lessons, there are unit practices for students. And I usually give that as a homework assignment. If there's a lesson missed, they can always watch a video. But AP Classroom, the students have joined. Albert also gives more practice with multiple choice questions and free response. The last three are more what I use with at the end of the year. This is my grading system for AP Java. Class participation, Zoom meetings do count, and that is 10% of their grade. Most students have been into the Zoom meetings, though. Okay, once again, AP Central, they have to be registered, but I did check, and all students have been registered, so that's okay. We're good with that. And then just a little about the exam. It's a 90-minute exam, both for the multiple choice, and so it's 180 altogether, and the free response. But there's a lot of pre-testing going on. Last year I finished in March, which was great because that's when COVID happened. So we already had learned everything we needed to learn. Going for that goal again this year. And then even with the free response, I do grade the rubrics or set up a rubric so that they know how many points they've accrued through each free response question. How will your children do? Well, we share everything. All right, there's not one way to code. So we share that with everyone. Love it. All right. The last thing is the most important. I hope that they have fun with it. Okay. And 5 things that I love about teaching your children. They're not afraid to learn it. They're in AP Java. They know the difference between Java and JavaScript. They enjoy working together and helping each other out. And hopefully they love to think. But most importantly, I'm teaching some of the best students in the world. So thank you very much for sharing your children with me. So I hope you have a great year. Just a couple of extra things. The computer club, I hope they join it. I do make all my AP students join it. We did go to a hackathon last year and did very well. Hour of Code we do with the kindergarten class. Liberty Science Center is one of our hopes. I got a grant this year to go there. Hopefully it will open up for us. For girls, there is a club called Girls Go Cyber. It's nationwide, and it's to get girls more, encourage more girls to go into computer science. And last, I have STEM for Girls, another girl thing, for any girl who's interested in science, technology, engineering, math, not just computer science. All right, so I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Any questions, just email me. Have a great night.